Hi, I am Mark Greenstein of Ivy Bound, and this is a deviation for me. For the first time in a decade, at the behest of two people to have me do a video like this, I'm addressing a racial minority. Okay? This is for Asian American parents, and it might be overdue. Here is what you need to consider if you're not already. If you're targeting competitive colleges for your kids, the statistics that many people rely on for admissibility, these are the SAT numbers. The averages are published at a lot of schools. The 25th and the 75th percentiles are published at many more schools. These are inappropriate for you, and it's because, unfortunately, of a discrimination by race by some of our most esteemed colleges. It's disgusting, it's un-American, and I'm not sure how you fight it. I'll get to that at the end. To rely on a median that your kid is well above is not good enough. Median of, say, 1,400 for a discriminated against group, and unfortunately you're in it, it's going to need to be about 100 points above that to be at the median for their categorization, and they do it, okay? There's been 2 lawsuits with ample evidence of discrimination by race that unfortunately high courts have sided in favor of the institution and against all these meritorious applicants, okay? Harvard won its suit, Yale won its suit. Hopefully there'll be others that break this horrible logjam that is, in my mind, indefensible. And I do want to say that that's true of almost every actual alum at these colleges, okay? My own alma mater is discriminatory. We don't agree with the admissions policies. And I do want to give comfort to students who've gotten admission to a competitive college. I don't want you to feel that there's any whiff of the discrimination on campus that you'll see. Not among students, not among professors, not among coaches, okay? I coach over 300 kids a year. I get feedback from a whole lot of you, and I've not heard one single whiff of, anti-Asian sentiment. It's only within admissions committees, and I'll help you understand why. It adds power to them, because when they can eviscerate data, scores that would firmly show a highly merited kid based on SAT and GPA, and the admissions committee instead would like to look at other things, other subjective things that they can consider more worthy or less worthy, it gives them more decision-making power. And not many people with that much power just want to throw it away. So that's the status. Now, if your kid is destined for a science major, I'm not sure that being at an elite college really matters. It does for liberal arts. For science, I feel that there's ample evidence of equal success out of school. 4 years at State University versus 4 years at Harvard. I think you're treated almost the same, maybe even the same, by graduate programs and by employers. So if it's science, you have more leeway. You have to be especially wary if it's liberal arts. I have said for many years, well before these suits have come up, that our students should plan to be comfortable only if their SAT score or ACT score is 50 points above, not the median, but the 75th percentile, okay? That's the high number, and you want to be 50 points above that to feel good about an admission to an esteemed college, which, by the way, means you can never feel good about admission to an Ivy League school because their 75th percentiles are about 1560, 1600 is your cap. But nobody can feel good, okay? That's not just one racial group. So what can you do? Do well on your ACT or SAT and thereby give yourself a choice. And you're also giving your parents very good help by doing well, because if you get in, the financial awards are still well correlated to SAT and ACT scores. The merit-based scholarships still abound, and the schools have not diminished them when they're deciding on $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 a year for 4 years. So the work towards excellence on the SAT does get rewarded more so on the financial side. And I do think for most of you, it is worth pushing for, even though right now this is an uphill fight. It will change. America will come back to its senses, and it may come back led by not so esteemed colleges, because these high-end ones, these most lofty, have wayward admissions committees that right now are disserving their own purposes. They're certainly disserving a lot of Asian American kids. Go there, prove yourself if you get in. That would be a wonderful thing to see. I'm Mark Greenstein, for Ivy Bound, for all students who are meritorious.